Hi guys, in last video we discussed about the concept of strings in C++ programming language. Now in this video we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is conditional statement in C++ programming language. So in this we will be discussing about the if statement, else statements, else if statement. So along with that we are going to do the multiple practice questions in this video. So this video is going to be very important for the conditional point of view. So let's start this video. Let's first understand the meaning of the conditional statement. So the topic which we are going to discuss is conditional statement. Conditional statement. As the name is suggesting, conditional statement. Conditional statement means those statements which will work based on a particular condition. So these statement it will work it will work based on particular condition. Based on particular condition. Basically, if you want to take a decision based on a particular condition, then you will be using the conditional statement. Let's understand this with a real world example. Let's consider there is a person John. Now, John mother told John, this is John. John mother told John that if it is raining outside, if it is raining outside, clouds, if it is raining outside, you cannot go to play. But if it is not raining outside, if it is sunny outside, you can go to play. So there are two conditions. John's mother told the two conditions. Raining, if it is raining, then you cannot go to play. But if it is sunny, in that case, you can go to play. So now John need to decide. John is having the two conditions. First, whether he basically if it is first he will check if it is raining outside. If it is raining outside, John will not go to play. But if in case it is sunny outside, John will go to play. There are the two conditions. Based on the condition, John is taking the decisions. In the similar way, in case of programming world, we are having the multiple conditional statement, and to tackle all those conditions, we are using those conditional statement. So in C++ programming, in C++, we are having conditional statement. First one is the if statement. Second one is the else statement. Third one is the else if statement. Else if statement. This is first, this is second, and this is third. We are going to discuss all these in a detail. Let's first start with our first statement, that is if statement. If statement. So the syntax for writing the if statement is like you will write the if, then you will write the condition, and then you are simply going to write the code, block of code inside this, which you want to execute, block of code. In programming, first this condition will be checked, and this condition can provide the two output. First output can be the true, and the another output can be the false. There are two conditions. Is this? There are two conditions. First can be the true, and another can be the false. So if this condition is true, only in that case the body of the if statement will be executed. If this condition is true, then body of if will be executed. Body of if will execute. Simple, like body of the if will only be executing if in case the condition is true. If in case the condition is false, then this particular body will not be executing in case of false condition. So this is the if block. Let's do the practical implementation of the if block so that you can get the better understanding. So here I am on my VS Code. Here I am creating a new file, that is conditional.cpp, and then we are creating, first we are simply including the iostream file, iostream, and using namespace standard, and then we are creating the main function, and inside this I am creating a variable. This is a very simple example. I am creating a variable, page storing the value 10. Now I want to check the condition if a is greater than, if a is greater than 5 or not. A is greater than 5 or not. If this condition is true, only in that case I want to print. If this is not, I need to remove. If this condition is true, then I want to print a is greater than 5. But if in case this condition is not true, basically if this condition is true, then the body of if statement will be executed. If in case this condition is not true, then we will move outside the body of if statement, and I will write outside the body of the if block. Body means from this curly braces to this curly braces. This is called as the body of the if statement. Let's execute this. Execute this. So first it is going to check for the value stored inside the A. Compiled successfully, and basically it is going to check for this value, and it is going to check for this condition. A is storing the value 10. Obviously 10 is greater than 5. So in that case this condition will become true. And since this condition is true, then the body of if statement will be executed. That's the reason we are getting a is greater than 5. And after executing the body of if statement, this block is also getting executed. This line number 9 is also getting executed. That is outside the body of if statement. We are getting the output in the same line because I have not used the endl manipulator for the line break. Now if in case I will change this condition, let's write first, let's write the endl over here so that I can get the line break. And after that, let's change this condition, a is greater than 10, a is greater than 12. This condition is false. In this case, the body of if statement will not be executing. Only we are getting the out, we will be getting the output of line number 9. Line number 6 will not be getting executed. As you can see, this time we are only getting outside the body of if block. We are not getting the statement on the line number 6, a is greater than 5, because this condition is false, because 10 is not greater than 12. So this condition is false. That's the reason this is not, this code is not getting executed. This code is not getting executed because the condition is false. So this is a if block. Now let's move to the another block that is called as a if else block. If else block. If else. In case of if else is also similar to the if block, but only like in case of if block, what we were doing, we were basically writing a condition. We are writing a condition inside this condition. If in case this condition was true, then block of code inside the if block was getting executed. But if in case this condition is false, to handle the false condition, we are using a else block along with the if block. So if this condition will be false, in that case, the else block will be executed. Block will execute in case of false condition. In case of false condition. And this block will execute in case of true condition. True condition. So if this condition is true, then the body of if block will be executed. If this condition will be false, then the body of else block will be executed. This is true. If this is true, then if block will be executed. If this is false, then else block will be executed. Let's implement this on the VS Code. So here I am taking the same example. I am taking this condition and I am joining this if statement with the else block. Else block, and inside this I am writing the provided condition is true. A is let's write a is not, let's write provided condition is true. Condition is not true. A is greater than 12. Let's save this and let's execute this. So first it is going to check for this particular condition. A is greater than 12. A is storing the 10 this time. A is storing the 10. Let me explain you. So here A is storing the 10 value and we are checking 10 is greater than 12. Obviously 10 is not greater than 12, the condition will become false. And I told you, in case of false condition, this block will not be executing, if block will not be executing, only the else block will be executing, this block will be executing. That's the reason we are getting provided condition is not true, that is on the line number 9. I have not used the endl, that's the reason I'm getting the output in the same line. Then the line number 12 is getting executed, that is outside the body of if block. If in case I will change this condition, if in case I will change this condition to true, in that case the if block will be executing. If I'm checking, I have changed the value of a from 10 to 15. In this case, the condition will become true because 15 is greater than 12. So the body of if block will be executing, and then else block will not be executing, and then the line number 12 will be executing. Let's execute this. In this case, the condition is true. The condition is true, so the condition become true. This condition is true. So the body of if block is getting executed, else is not getting executed, and the line number 12 is getting executed. So this was the concept of else block. Else is always used to handle the false condition of the if block. This was the if block, else block. Now we are going to discuss about the elif block. We are going to discuss about the else if block. Let's implement this. Else if block is used to handle the multiple conditions at the same time. Multiple conditions. Next block is the else if block. If you want to handle a multiple condition, then you will be using the else if block. Example can be, first, this else if block is also combined with the if condition. So first you will start with if, and you will write a condition. You will write a condition over here. You will write a block of code for this block of code. Then you will write else if block. Basically, you are having a multiple condition, so you will write the next condition, condition 2. Then you will write a code for this block of code. Again you will close this block. Then again you will write another else if block, else if, then the condition 3. You are having the multiple conditions. Then you are writing the block of code, and after, in last, you will write the else block. Basically it is going to check for, first it is going to check for this condition. If this condition will become true, this block will be getting executed. If in case this condition is false, in that case this block will not be executing, the execution of program will move further. It is going to check for the next condition, whether this condition is true. If this condition is true, then this block will be executed. If in case this condition is not true, then this block is not going to be executed, the program will move further. Again it will check for this condition. If this condition is true, then these two blocks will not be executing, the code written inside this block will be executing. If in case this condition is not true, the block will not execute, and the program will move down and it will execute the else block. This was the concept of the else if block. Let's implement this on the VS Code. So here I am commenting all this first. I'm commenting this, and then from here I'm creating a variable time, int time, that is of a integer type, which is storing a 22 value. And I want to check the time. If time, I'm checking a condition, if time is less than 10, then I want to print good morning. Then I want to print good morning, not a colon. This is a. Then I want to check the another condition is else if. Inside this again I will provide the condition, that is if time is less than 20. In that case I want to print good day, and I want a line break. Here also I want a line break. And if in case, after that I'm writing a else condition. else condition, see out good evening. Evening. Let's save this and let's implement this. Let's execute this. So basically it is going to check for the time. If the time is less than 10, so it is going to print the good morning. If the time variable is storing the less than 20, in that case it will be printing the good day. And if both the conditions are not getting satisfied, then the else block will be executing and we will get the good evening. Let's implement. So here the time variable was storing the value 22, which is not less than 10. So this condition become false. This condition was false. So that block was not getting executed because time is not less than 10. This condition is also false. Time is not less than 20. This is also false. False. So else block is getting executed. Let's change the value of variable. Instead of 22, I am typing 8. So in this case, this condition will become true because time is less than 10. So the good morning will be printed on my output screen because the if block is getting executed and basically the condition inside the if block is getting satisfied. That's the reason we are getting the output as good morning. If I will change this to 16, 19, so I will get the output as good day. So I'm getting the output as good day. So if you are having the multiple conditions, in that case, you can use this particular else if block. Now there is also a shorthand to write a else if else block. After that we will do the multiple practice questions. Now there is a shorthand of if else. Shorthand of if else block. Shorthand means, let's consider for now, if I want to use the if else block, I will write the if. Inside this I will write a condition. If this condition is true, then the block of if will be executed. Block of if will be executed in case of true condition. If this condition is false, in that case else block will be executing. Block of else in case of false condition. This code is looking little bit complex. To reduce the complexity of this code, there is a second methods. So what you will do, you will simply write a condition, and then you will use a this sign, question mark sign. Then you will write a true expression. Expression basically the code inside the if block. You can write an expression over here. Expression true, and then expression false. Expression false. So basically, if this condition is true, in that case, this block will be executing and this block will not be executing. If in case this condition is false, this block will not be executing. This block will be executing after the colon sign. Let's implement this so that you can get the clear idea about this. So here I am commenting all this thing. First I am commenting all this. And after that, I am writing a program for if else and time equal to 20. Then if time is less than 18, I want to print good day, then a line break. Else I want to print good evening, good evening, and then a line break. Let's implement this, execute this. So the time is storing the 20 value, which is greater than 18. So I am getting the good evening because if condition is not getting satisfied. If I want to write the same code, in a shorter way, so short way to write if else. So what I will do, I will simply create a string. like this string, and inside a string, the name of the string is result, and inside result I'm storing the output. So I'm checking first condition, time is less than 18. This is the time is less than 18. This is the condition which I provided inside the if block. Then after question mark, I am going to write this statement, that is see out good day. See out good day. And if this condition is false, in that case I want to print good evening. Not see out, I will not be using the see out, I will simply using the good day, and that result will be storing inside this string result. Then if this condition is not true, then I want to provide good evening, and then I will simply print the result, whatever I am getting inside the result variable, result, and then a line break. Let's save this and let's execute this. So first I'm getting good evening 2 times, because time variable is storing 20, time variable is storing 20. So first I'm getting good evening because of this condition on the line number 16, and second time I'm getting the good evening because of the line number 27. So you can write the if else block in this way also. This is a shorter way of writing the if else block. So this was about the conditional statements. We discussed about if statements, else statements, like if else statement and the else if statement. Now let's implement some practice questions so that you can get the understanding. Now we will be combining some operators and conditional statement to write some program. The first program we are going to implement is a even odd cpp. I want to check whether the provided number by the user is even or odd. So we are going to write a program to check that provided number by user is even or odd. Now, so basically I'm creating hashtag include iostream, then using namespace 100, int main, this is our main function, and then I'm creating a variable int num. This is the name of the variable. Now I want to take the input from the user, so enter the value of num, and then a line break. Then I want to take the input, that is cin and num variable, and then I want to check whether the provided number is even or odd. So I will write a condition: if number modulus 2 is equal to 0, then number will be the even. Out even number, else the number will be odd. Else out odd number. Now let's understand the logic behind this condition, because this condition is playing a very important role to check whether the number is even or odd. So if I'm doing the number modulus 2, so modulus, I already told you in the operators video, modulus always provide me the remainder. Let's consider user entered the number 10. Now I will simply do the division of 10 by 2, and I will find the remainder. 2 5 is 10, remainder is 0. So I am saying if in case the number is totally divisible means I am getting the remainder as 0. In that case, the number will be the even number. So if I will enter any number, like I am entering 12, in 12 also 12 is totally divisible by 2, so I will get the remainder as 0. 2 6 is 12, and I am getting remainder as 0. So in any of the case, if I am getting the remainder 0, in that case the number will be even. If in case I am not getting the number as 0, if in case I am not getting the output as 0, let's consider 13. So in case of 13, if I will divide the 13 by 2, so 2 6 is 12, and I am getting the remainder as 1. So 13 is an odd number. 13 is not an even number. So I am simply checking this particular condition. If the whole remainder is 0, in that case the number will be even. If in case the number is not zero, remainder is not zero, in that case the number will be odd. Let's execute this program. Let's execute this program. So first it will be asking me for the number is getting executed. First it is asking me, please enter the value of num. I provided the value of number as 12. So it is an even number because it is checking for the remainder, and it will divide by 2 and remainder will be 0. So it is an even number. Now let's execute this again. And I am providing 13 this time. So this time the remainder will be 1. So it is an odd number. So in this way you can check whether the provided number is 0 or whether the provided number is even or the provided number is odd. Now let's create one more program. Let me first comment this. Now we are going to implement the second program to find the largest number between the three number between the three number. So first I will be taking the three numbers from the user. I am writing int. I am declaring the three numbers num1 comma num2 comma num3. These are the three numbers. Then I am taking the input. I am saying I am writing a print statement. Please enter the numbers. Please enter the numbers. Then a line break. And then I'm taking the input for all these numbers. First I'm taking the num1, then I'm taking the num2, then I'm taking num3. I have checked all the three. I have taken the input of all the three numbers. Now I am creating a variable largest, and I am assuming, I am doing an assumption that largest number is num1. I am assuming the largest number is num1. I don't know whether it is largest or not, but I am assuming that largest number is num1. Now I'm checking the condition. Now I'm checking the condition that if num2 is greater than largest, if num2 is greater than largest, then in that case the largest must become the num2. Largest must become the num2. And then I am checking another condition that if num3 is greater than largest, then the largest will become num3. And I will simply print the largest number. Out largest. Then a line break. Let's first understand this, and after that we will do the execution. So I'm simply saying, let's consider user provided me the three number 10, 12 and 13. User provided me 10, 12, 13. Now I have assumed, due to on line number 20, I have assumed that 10 is the largest. That means whatever the user provided me as a first input, it is the largest. So I checked 10 is the largest. I assumed that 10 is the largest number, and I stored inside the largest variable. Now on line number 21, I am checking the condition. If num2, that means a number provided by the 12, if the 12 is greater than largest, that means this it will check 12 is greater than 10 or not. If in case this condition is true, then the largest will become num2. So if this condition is true, now the largest has become 12. If in case this condition is true, if in case this condition is not true and this condition is true, then the largest will become 3. Now the largest has become 12. Now again it will check for one more condition. That means it will check for this condition. That means number is 13, num3 is 13, and now the largest is storing the value 12. Largest is storing the value 12. So obviously 13 is greater than 12. So this condition will also become true. This condition was also true. This condition was also true. So now the largest has become 13. When, as a final result, we will get the 13 as the output. This was the logic behind this particular problem. Let's execute this program. Let's first save this. And after that, let's execute this. So first it is asking me for three numbers. I provided 10, 12, 13. So I'm getting the output as 13 because 13 is the largest number. Here I can write one statement. largest number is largest, whatever the value is stored inside the largest variable. And let's execute this again, this time again entering the value of 20 is my first number, 30 is my second number, and 10 is my third number. So the largest number is 30, that is a second number. So in this way you can find the largest number. Now let's implement. Basically we have discussed 2-3 questions. Maybe in new videos we will be implementing some more questions, but for now, for this tutorial, we discussed multiple questions about we discussed about the basic conditional statement. What are the conditional statement? If block, else block, uh, else if block. Then we also discussed the shorthand to write the else if block like this way. You can implement the else if block in this way. And then we also discussed the multiple programming questions on the C++ conditional statement. In new videos we will also be implementing some more practice questions, but we are done with the conditional statement in this video.